Are you serious? Are you serious? Folks, Malaysian Flight 17 on July 17, 2014, the 18th anniversary of TWA Flight 800 that was shot out of the sky along the east coast of America on this same anniversary date of July 17th, 2014. This flight, though, Malaysian Flight 17, apparently has been shot out of the sky by the Russian separatist rebels using equipment that they acquired from Russia. The thing is, they may have shot this plane out of the sky by mistake, but it still has created an international drama like we have never seen. It has put the world on the brink of World War III. And the reason why I say that is because Vladimir Putin's ambitions to try to take back the Ukraine, because he's angry that the Ukraine wanted to join the European Union. He's already taken Crimea. He went in with force, put a gun to their head and said, vote for which side you want to be on. And with 80% of the people pro-Russian speaking anyway, he was able to pull that off. But to take the rest of the country means to go up against the EU and NATO, including the United States of America. Now, isn't it strange that the day before this plane is shot out of the sky, President Obama puts very tough sanctions on Russia, affecting Russian businesses from acquiring loans from Americans or European banks. And the very next day, this plane is shot out of the sky. There's not one person on the plane from Russia. But we do know that there's 154 from the Netherlands, 43 from Malaysia, 15 of which were the crew, 12 from Indonesia, 9 from the British, 4 Germans, 3 Filipinos, 1 Canadian, and we still can't get how many Americans. And every country in the world knows who was on their flight and how many died, but America can't tell us anything. So why is President Obama holding back the number of Americans dead? Because the moment it's released that there's 23 Americans or some other number, the world will then turn to Obama and say, what are you going to do? The reason the British haven't done this, the Australians, I forgot how many Australians are on here. I think 28 Australians. The reason that the Australians, the Canadians, the British, the Germans, the reason they haven't stood up their leaders and said, here's what we're going to do, is they can't do that until they hear what Obama's going to do. And Obama is very quiet. He went to 2 fundraisers last night instead of addressing the nation. And I believe he and Putin have been on the phone. Matter of fact, Putin even admitted he called Obama, and Obama confirmed that. This lies squarely on Vladimir Putin. It's his equipment. This is his war. These are his ambitions. And maybe some rogue, trigger-happy Russian separatists shot this plane, because they'd already shot 3 planes down this week that were Ukrainian military. Nobody cared about that. But now this is a worldwide incident, which has put the world at the brink. It's going to force all of these Western nations to say, what are we all going to do about this? Nothing? Are we all going to go in together to punish Russia, whether it be economically with even tougher sanctions or maybe even militarily by extracting his separatist rebels out of the Ukraine? Wow. Meanwhile, Israel's invaded Gaza and is digging and rooting Hamas out of there. They haven't started rooting them out. They're just blowing up all their tunnels. But folks, you blow up all their tunnels and you've literally taken away their abilities to get people into Israel to do some terrorist acts. You've really, really crippled their abilities. They may decide to go to urban warfare with the Israeli soldiers. There is 66,000 soldiers on the ground. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Back to the Malaysian plane. This is critical. Obama has to speak. And when he speaks, he can either just play it vague, make no decisions, and let this thing drift, or he can be definitive, be a leader, and lead the other nations on the response toward Russia. This is a showdown. This is a showdown, and it's put the world on the brink of World War III. Are you serious? Something biblical is going on. Something major, apocalyptic in nature, is going on. Think how many nuclear weapons are floating around. Think how intense this moment is. The beast is going to rise in the midst of this chaos. The New World Order, it will rise in the midst of the chaos. Are you saved? I don't know how close we are, but we are on the brink of World War III.